I feel like this league is so wide open this year,
Was
so
last
wide
year
open.
too.
I mean, yeah. Again, who is y'all's pick to end up in Arlington? Like, who are you seeing at the end of the season?
I've got Texas Tech and Kansas State.
Okay.
I wish I was more interesting. I was exactly what I was going to go for, but to change it up, I'm going to go Texas Tech and Iowa State.
Oh,
I mean, I think Iowa State's going to be good again. They lost some receivers, but they got a lot coming back.
They lost a couple linebackers too, but Rocco Becht is constantly improving. Their offensive line is going to be pretty squared away, and I don't think anybody questions the ACOG 335 is kind of the best of the bunch, and people give the 335 such a hard time. But A, he runs it better than anybody else, and B, there has been some NFL teams that have incorporated some concepts of the same Levi Aycock system that he runs at Iowa State. So they may have lost some dudes, but that system should still be pretty productive. I believe in Rocco Becht. I just don't know that they have enough firepower and depth to keep up with some of the heavy hitters. Guys, this is going to be a quarterback-driven league this year. I think that's exactly why Oklahoma State moved on from Garrett Rangel and Milwaukee Smith, was because when you look at the Sam Levitts of the world and you look at the Jake Ratzlaffs of the world and Baron Mortons of the world and Jalen Daniels of the world, you have to be competitive. Josh Hoover had a phenomenal season. I think that's one of the reasons that we're excited about Haas Haney is because Josh Hoover just put up a phenomenal year, yet Haas was still so good they had to find ways to squeeze him in the game.
Yeah.
In most places that wouldn't have happened. When your quarterback's having the kind of season that Hoover was having, your backup, no matter how good he is, he's going to remain the backup unless there's an injury. But Haas is such a dynamic athlete that even when Josh Hoover's throwing for 350 yards, they still had to find ways to get Haas on the field.
Yeah, man. I our schedule is awful. I mean, it is brutal. But if we can find a way through it, I mean, the one that I'm calling a TCU Baylor championship, just because the hatred in that building would feed families. Okay, that's what I'm calling.
I could see TCU. I'm just not.
Our schedule's impossible.
I'm not buying the Baylor brand. I'm not.
Yeah.
Hey,
I would love nothing more for them to win 5 games. I mean, that'd be wonderful.
Well, in this conference, that is easily possible. I mean, look at us. We had 20 returning starters after winning 10 games and playing Texas in the Big 12 title game, and it did nothing, Clint. Yeah. Absolutely nothing. So I will say, when people say, well, we have 18 returning starters, I'm like, it doesn't mean as much if you don't have the right staff to get the most out of it. That's what happened in Oklahoma State, right? The downside to having coaches for 14, 17, 19 years is you have some complacency creep in.
Yeah,
and when you have 20 returning starters and you have 36 upperclassmen and seniors, you expect them to conduct things for you, kind of, right, to be an extension of your coaching. But that was the expectation. It wasn't happening. And so I think the complacency is why Oklahoma State ended the way that they did, which is why we're excited about this upcoming season. Everything's new. The roster's new. The coaches are new. We were talking about Todd Grantham a little bit earlier. Gundy's even said Todd Grantham is the head coach of the defense. He has nothing to do with any of it on the defense side of the ball. And you're seeing that in recruiting, right? Oklahoma State, I'm going to put this eloquently. We used to recruit predicated upon a big character box. So, of course, you had to have talent. But we paid attention to things that were outside of the football facilities that maybe were a little less inconsequential. Alabama, Georgia, they don't give 13. Texas, they don't give a hoot. Like, if you have
you have to have
GPA,
a DUI to go to Georgia. Like, you have to.
And maybe you've missed classes and maybe you've had an arrest here and there. They don't care. They're looking for the best football players. And then if you don't fit in, then they kick you out the door. That is kind of what Oklahoma State's doing now. I don't want to jump off the deep end and say we're going after bad character individuals, but we're taking more risks. And it's because of Todd Grantham. And basically, the way I view it is he coached in the SEC for over a decade. He coached in the NFL for over a decade. He essentially told Mike Gundy, this is what we need. Let me go get the guys that are going to turn up on the field instantaneously and make us better. And if they're a little rough around the edges, then we'll run them out of Dodge. And that is what you're seeing.